And welcome back to the WHHI Daily News. Heather Rath has joined us from Washington, D.C., where she is doing some work. Heather, it's great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me come on via Zoom. Appreciate it.
So we're going to talk local, though. The town of Hilton had in the recent developments with the Housing Action Committee, the two resignations. You want to explain?
Sure. Thanks for asking. So the Housing Action Committee was stood up by the town of Hilton Head Island Town Council in response to the various needs of housing, not only in our community, but also across the country, and how those country trends are, affecting us here on Hilton Head. And that Housing Action Committee has been working diligently on a number of different things, such as communication plan and a displacement strategy, and then also trying to advance some other housing items, such as the RFP for Bryant Road, et cetera. There has been a lot of issues with them being able to progress in their work. They were blocked at the last Public Planning Committee meeting by two members of Town Council on the displacement strategy that they had been working on for nearly 2 years. Not only was the displacement strategy completely stripped down, including not even allowing the town emblem to be on this strategy, even though the Housing Action Committee is a town committee, but also that we weren't going to be able to allow ask developers questions if they were displacing residents when they were doing a redevelopment project. These are kind of basic questions that we should be asking in order to protect our citizens, and all of that was stripped out. So in response to that, the chair and the vice chair resigned. In addition, we have the director of housing has resigned, and the director of planning for the town of Hilton Head Island also has resigned. So we're really at a housing crux in terms of, crossroads and where we're going with it. And I really hope that town council steps up and takes action on this.
Wow, major developments there. Thanks for that update. Sure. And of course, another situation going on is the 278 corridor, the infrastructure bank funds. So what are your thoughts on that, Heather?
Yeah, we're making some really great progress with this. The SIB gave, I think it was a 90 or 60 to 90 days of feedback on the last plan that came up. A lot of people are saying that they was wholly rejected. And I mean, it was, but here's the deal, is that we have some elected officials that are willing to go to bat and go back to the SIB. Some of the changes that they wanted to see in that agreement are pretty easy and swift changes to make, and others will require a little bit more diligence. But Tom Davis has agreed to go back to the SIB and help negotiate and finish this thing off, because if we do not renegotiate this, we're leaving a lot of money on the table, and that's just not something that we want to do. And in addition, if that doesn't work out, then we're going to be looking at other influences that are going to be able to, make that bridge project go or not go. So we really need to get this solution, and Tom Davis is going back to the SIB to try and handle that for us.
Yeah, very good. The saga continues. And in our final minute, Heather, the budget, the town budget, where are we?
Yeah, we're in great shape. I think it's around $172 million, and there is a $2 million reduction in there. So that's great for the taxpayers. And we're looking at a very robust CIP program that obviously includes tree nourishment. We've talked about that a lot. It includes a lot of improvements to capital projects. We're investing in our community. So I'm super excited about the budget, and I'll do an entire budget breakdown once it passes. Okay. Which I think the vote is coming on June 2nd on that. So again, we're looking at a really robust budget that is able to allow the town of Hilton Head Island to invest in what we value.
All right, very good. Always an excellent update. Thank you, Heather Rath, coming to us via Zoom from Washington, D.C. Safe travels back.
Oh, thank you so much. And I'll give you guys a D.C. update next time, too.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And we'll be right back with more news.